Hello guys, welcome all. I'm your host, none other than Deko Mohammed. Today's focus is transportation problem. I want to use solving this question using the north corner west method. There are two ways of solving the problem of transportation. We normally use the least cost method and the northwest corner method. For today's class, I want to solve a question using northwest corner method. Remember, I will still do the least cost method in another class, but for today's session, I like to do the northwest corner method. A transportation problem, this is a problem which involves the management of goods and services from one point to another. That means we take goods from the origin to the destination. Like this question, we have the source, which is number 1, 2, 3. Then we have destination A, B, C. Our source here is the origin. Then destination is where we want to go. We want that goods to go. And that's where we have a transportation problem. It means transport, from the word transport. That's a transportation problem. So for you to solve, remember that not every transportation problem can be solved. A transportation problem that is solvable, we refer to as a feasible problem. But the one that's not solvable, we call it unfeasible. The one with, if it is feasible problem, it means the number of rows are equal to the number of columns. That is a feasible problem, it can be solved. But if the number of rows are not equal to the number of columns, then that problem is not feasible. For this case, we have 3 rows and 4 columns. We have 1, 2, 3. We have A, B, C, D. A, B, C, D, that is 4 columns. Then we have 1, 2, 3, 3 rows. That means we need to introduce, for us to have a feasible problem, we need to introduce another row. We call it 4. Then this row is what we call dummy, a dummy row. We have to introduce a dummy row so that our number of rows is equal to the number of columns. If the problem was from the number of columns, then we could have put the dummy in the column part. But this, since it is the row side, we have to put the dummy on the row side, which is 0. We are going to put 0, 0, 0. So now we have 4 columns, 4 rows, excluding this demand and the supply. We have 4 rows and 4 columns. Now, north corner west method. This method, we start with the one with the north corner method. Remember, if I have a scale like this, normally this will be my north, then here will be south, then this side will have the west, and this side will have east. Sorry, this is east, then we have west. Now, if this is our scale, north corner west, northwest is on this side. So this becomes our northwest corner method. Now, from point number 1, this number 11 is the one with the northwest side. You look the one with the northwest. If you have the scale, then you need to look the northwest side. Now this 11 becomes our northwest, the farthest northwest. Now, if you look at this 11, the demand for this 11 is 200. This is the demand, 200, and the supply is 250. It means we can give everything. We have excess supply. We can give the whole of 200 to this source A, destination A. The destination A, source 1 requires 200, but we have 250. Now we can give the whole of, we can give the whole of 200. Now we can say we can give the whole of, we can give that 200. Yes. Now, if we give 200 here, it means we have exhausted the demand for this column or this row, this destination A, we have exhausted it. Now for us to do away, let me color it so that we know that we are done with this column. I'm going to color it so that we are done with that column. I'm going to color it so that at least I show that we are done with it. Yes. Then this another, by the way, I can just wrap them. I was just illustrating the north corner west. Now, once you are done with this, remember this 200, we have the capacity to give 250. Now, if we give 200, the remainder for this side is 50. What we are remaining here is 50. That, be aware of that, because we have already given out 200. Now we're only remaining with 50 for that supply. Now, the rule of north corner west method is that once you start a supply, you have to exhaust that supply before moving to another supply. That is not the case for least cost method, but for the northwest corner method, in using the north corner west method, we have to exhaust that supply before moving to next. It means now here we are remaining with 50 from 200. 13 is our next north corner. 13 is our next. 13 is our next corner west method. So this 13, remember, it requires 225. That is the demand. But we have only 50 supply. We can only give that 50 that we have. We can't give more than 50 because we only have 50. Remember, this 225, 13, the demand for 13 is 225, but we only have 250. We only have 50. From this 250, 200 has already been given to A. Now we're only remaining with 50. That's what we can only give to number 13. Now that means we are done with this supply 250. I can color it so that at least I show that we are done with that supply. Let me color it so that at least I show it that we are done with it. Now, the next corner method is 18. Not the next north corner method is number 13. Sorry, number 18. This 18 requires 225. But out of this 225, 50 has already been supplied. So if you take away 225 from 50, 225 subtract from 50, that is 175. Now this means that this number 13 requires, number 18 requires 175 because 50 has already been 75. The demand here is 225, that is the demand, but we already have 50. Now, if you take away 50 from 225, you get 175. And the supply for it is 300. That means we can give the whole amount comfortably. We can give the whole amount. That means now we give the 175. We give away that 175. 175. That means if we give 175, we have exhausted number column 2, because if you take 175 plus 50, it will give you 225. So this demand has been exhausted. Now we need to color it so that I show it that we have exhausted that demand. Now, we need to go to the next corner, which is 14. Northwest is 14. This 14 requires 275. Our demand, which was 300, which we have not yet exhausted. Remember, we have given out 175. 300 subtract 175. What is remaining here is 125, because we have already given out 175 to B2, 175. Then take away 300 from 175, that is 125. That means the only supply we can give to D2 is we can only give 125. 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 We only give that 125. If we give 125, that means we have exhausted that 300. 125 plus 175, we get 300. Now we have to color this 300 so that we show that we are done with it. We are also done with this row. Sorry, we are done with this row. So we have to color it so that at least we show we are done with it. Remember, now 125 plus 175 will give you 300. This 175, the demand was 275, but we have only given out 125. That means we are still remaining with a demand of 150. If you take away 125 from 275, you will get 150. The next northwest corner is 13. This 13, the demand is 150 because this is 275, but 125 has already been given out. So we are only remaining with 150. Now, the demand is 150 and the supply is 400, which means we can give the whole of 150 amount. We can give the whole of 150. You can give that amount of 150. You can give out that 150. Give out that 150. If you give out 150 here, 400 from 400 now will be remaining with 250. We only will be remaining with 250. So let me enlarge this. Because you can see there are some figures that have been drawn away. Yes. Now, now we are done also with this column, so we can color this column. So this is only remaining part. Remember this 400, we are already given out 150, so we are remaining with 250. And the demand for, we are in this number 10, we are in this 14. So now that 14, we're in this column, and the most north corner west, remember, everything on red means is exhausted. We are not going to use anything on red. So yeah, this is the only one we are remaining with. If it is red color, I've already eliminated. So we are only remaining with this number 10, which requires 250, and the supply is also 250 because 150 has already been given out. So we are only remaining with 250. We are remaining with 250. We are remaining with 250. Guys, that's how we are going to solve this question. Remember, this question is already balanced. I've already shown you how to balance the equation. If you look into this, 250 equals to 250. That means the equation is already balanced. So what we are going to do, we are going to solve now for the solution for it. We are going to have the solution for this problem. Now, let's have the solution here. Solution. Let's start with source 1. Source 1, we have 200 by 11. So we'll have 200. multiply it with 11, multiply this with 11, close the bracket, add to it, we still have 50 by 13. We take that 50 by 13, we close the bracket. This now will give you how much? If you take 200 by 11, add to 50 by 13, you get 2850, 2850. We have in different column, 2850, that is 2850. Now, if you go to number two, we have 16 by 175. We'll have that 16, sorry, 175 by 18, 175 by, we have 175. Let me open the bracket, 175 by 18. Add this to, we also have 125 by 14, 125 by 14, 125 by 14, close the bracket, and then this will give you how much? If I take 175 by 18 plus 125 by 14, it will give you 4,900. This will give me 4,900. Then last one, we'll have last one, we have this one. We have 150 by 13, and this is number 3. We have 150 by 13. Add this to 250 by 10, 250 by 10, 250 by 10. Close the bracket. Then automatically this will give you how much? If I take 150 by 13, add to 250 by 10, we'll get 4450. Then the total amount, I'm going to sum up these three. I'm going to sum up 2850 plus 4,900 plus 4,450. If you sum them up, let's use the Excel formula. Half home, then we have auto sum. This will give me 12,200. That is the cost. I hope you enjoyed the class. I will still do a question, the same question, now using the least cost method. This was northwest corner method. I hope you enjoyed the class. Thank you for watching.